Hey everyone, I'm David.
And I'm Mark, and we've built EXFIL, a protocol and SDK for fast withdrawals from layer 2.
One of the biggest problems that we face getting users to move over to layer two is there's friction and hesitation around, how easy is it going to be for me to withdraw? What if I don't want to wait 7 to 10 days to get my funds off, in case the market crashes, or let's say I want to just take some profits and just get them in my bank account. Personally, I've been hesitant to move to L2. I've had the opportunity, but I didn't really feel necessarily comfortable. And so I was looking for something like EXFIL, and we've done some market research and talked to others who are also looking for a similar solution.
So this is what we built at the hackathon so far. You can think in three core components here. We have the widget, the protocol itself, and the liquidity provider DApp. And in this DApp is basically an interface for makers to provide liquidity to the system to facilitate these fast withdrawals. It's going to be a nice user experience for them that they can basically set their own fees of what they're willing to provide and take from people that are trying to get off layer 2. And the protocol here is the core of everything here. It's the smart contracts, it's the communication between layer 2 and layer 1, and it also includes the state oracle that verifies the state of the withdrawals to make sure they're actually valid.
And lastly, for the widget, we've gone and we've talked to protocols and DApp developers. They love fast withdrawals. They want to offer it to their users. The easier we can make it to integrate with, just an import and an embed, as opposed to the developers having to do the work themselves. Just the easier it is from an integration standpoint. It's more composable. Now, protocols don't have to reallocate engineers to work on fast withdrawals. It's just a massive win for the DApp side.
So we're going to start at the bottom over here. The EXFILer is the one who's initiating the withdrawal by interacting with a widget, which basically sends a communication to our bridge. The bridge says, hey, I see a fast withdrawal has happened, so I'm going to reach out to the oracle, who's going to verify the state of the withdrawal and the state of the layer 2 chain to make sure everything's valid. And once the oracle comes back, assuming it is valid, that's when the funds get dispersed to the liquidity provider on layer 2 and to the taker or EXFILer on layer 1, minus the fee that gets split amongst the proxy and the liquidity provider. So here's the widget we built in React.js. It's a super composable component here that DApp developers would be able to import into their existing dApps. Here's an example of how it works. You would bring up a pop-up, you'd select the token that you want to withdraw back to layer 1, you'd enter the recipient address, and then it would calculate the fee that you would pay and the amount that you would receive on layer 1. So you'd sign this transaction, and once that transaction confirms, then you'd have an instant withdrawal with your funds available in layer 1 right away. So here's the interface for the liquidity providers. Here we have the EXFIL staking DApp, where you can see the total value pooled into the protocol, as well as the provider's balance and their share of the pool. It's kind of akin to Uniswap pools, where you can add and remove liquidity whenever you'd like. And once you deposit funds, you gain share in the pool. And when you want to withdraw, you'd be able to claim all of your liquidity as well as the fees that you've accrued over time. And here you can see the Oracle actually verifying the state of the L2 chain, making sure the withdrawal is actually valid. And this is a crucial piece because we want to keep it as decentralized as possible. That's why we're going with teller oracles.
So in the future, we're building it as a marketplace that's configurable. We want to aggregate fast withdrawals, sort of like 1inch, to calculate the best path forward. We'll be decentralized in terms of governance, and we also want to provide liquidity to and from any chain.
So thanks, and check us out on GitHub.